Name's Kenneth Berber. Company is Black Series Edition LLC. Our second company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I talked about this, but I think I went way too into it. Talked about other things. I'm trying to keep it on topic. That's one of the problems I have when I start talking. I like to talk a lot. I like to talk about how a screen paint should be working, how they should be functioning. There's so many things I like to talk about in one thing. I'm trying to keep it short, trying to keep it sweet. So basically, I feel that screen paints should be tested because there are a number of things that can go wrong with a screen paint product. A lot of things can go wrong. And there is a ton of tests that are missing from screen paints that I never see. How is the screen paint going to react at 1,000 lumens? Say if a customer has 1,000 lumen projector, he or she wants to operate this in a fully lit environment, how is the screen going to function? Will it see contrast levels? Will it see colors? If the screen is black, is it going to be able to receive and understand white light? There's a lot of things that could happen. You know, you have some screen paints out there who have narrow viewing cone effect, which I don't understand how that's possible because it's not something that plagues a screen paint. That's something that will plague a certified screen because they have a reflective surface. That's what plagues those. When people turn a screen to the side, mostly that'll be for a black screen because a black screen has a hard time generating white light and being able to produce a nice bright image. So it has to be to pick up on an angle. That's one thing I would think would have a problem with picking up a little lighter on an angle. But other than that, screen paints today are missing a ton of testing. If you have to be in a fully lit environment, is the screen going to operate correctly? Does it have real ambient light rejection technology attached to it? Is the screen going to wash out? Is it going to fade? Is it going to become discolored? What's going to happen? Are you going to be sitting there calibrating an expensive brand new projector? Or are you going to be sitting in the dark? I see this a lot. The excuse that they use the most, which I call the perfect crutch on what they use the most, is, oh, it's normal that a screen has to be in the dark. It's normal that you have to calibrate. It's normal that you have to spend the money for expensive projectors to fix problems that these screens can't see. That's the normal. So that's what pretty much why a lot of testing isn't done, because they lean off this. You have to go through these particular scenarios in order for the screen to work. Now, I come back to these two individuals, and I guess they feel at the end of the day that I'm just coming at them only. I come at you guys because you guys actually back up my theory on why I strongly suggest that projection screen paints clearly need to be tested. This is why you two are the perfect poster child for why, the perfect campaign on why screen paints need to be tested. Because the consumer needs to know either he or she, business or home, is getting what they paid for. Now, like I said, if these individuals, when we show these demonstrations, become clearly upset, they become highly upset. Why would you be upset over a demonstration that you clearly did on your own? You were never forced to do this, but yet this clearly upsets you. And keep in mind, this has nothing to do with, saying nasty things about me. This is clearly pointing out that your product should have been tested before you sold this to a customer. Now, you consider the fact they want to make jokes about things. This is why we don't do open mic anymore, because we open the mic to give you the opportunity to give us a clear understanding on why you are making products this way. But instead, we are met by childlike behavior, and there was no need for me to do open mic anymore. No need for to entertain it on people basically can't give up a proper answer to a proper question. There's just no point in entertaining it. So we just go on with the mic being locked now. We give them opportunities, they don't take it. So what we have here is a fellow by the name of Crow 1176. Now keep in mind, again, he's going to go into rants as he usually always does. You feel that at the end of the day, Jamie, that this is being pointed towards you. Yes, it's being pointed towards you. You did the demonstration. No one basically forced you to do this. You did this at free will, and you did this thinking that your product was going to overpower the network grade 773 by Sherwin-Williams, but it didn't. It actually matched the product quite well. So, because of this video makes him extremely upset. And again, no one forced you to do it. You did this at free will, which means that when you get upset, when you get angry, when you get mad like this, it clearly shows that you're upset because you got caught. Not because you're sorry for what you did and you ripped a lot of people off in the process. You are upset because you got caught and you got out, and that's even worse. So, this is one of the reasons why we need for screen paints to be tested. Because for the people who did purchase the Cinemax and were told on the phone or by email or way how he reached out to these individual customers and told them that this product was different and that they're going to receive these amazing, beautiful images. Another thing too, a problem I had with companies and businesses and whoever using high-end 4K or high-end projectors is because you don't know what's coming from the projector and what's coming from the screen. That's why we use all those 720p models, because you can clearly see the spectacular pictures, if I'm saying it correctly, are coming from the screen paint. We can switch off and do a side by side. We do that all the time. But anyways, get back to this because I don't want to go off topic. But as you can see, even with a 4K laser projector like the P2, the house paint did the exact same thing as this product. There was no change at all. There was no change at all. So these are the screenshots that we got that we posted in forum sites for people to see exactly the black levels, the color, white levels, all of it matched. Now, if he did proper testing on his product, he would have noticed that his product matches several different forms of household paints that can be purchased from a hardware store. But it didn't do so at all, period. As a matter of fact, there's no testing of any kind under this product whatsoever. That's pretty bad. This is why we strongly suggest that these products should be tested, especially with the Home Depot, Benjamin Moore, and all these other different tones that are now available to customers. They even more so, they have to be tested even more so, because again, this means the seller, if he realizes his product is matching these products, could basically just skip black paint altogether, which is an extra cost, and just go out and buy a tone, drop a little glitter into it and say, voila, this is my product. Throw it on a high-end projector and claim it to be his. And this is the reason why these tests need to be done. Now, we have tests that we've been doing since sevens of our products, number 7. They're called black versus black. We actually started those demonstrations because, again, in the back of my mind, thinking that if an individual were to come up and say, hey, look, or somebody from a company could say, hey, look, what's the difference between your product and black paint? I did the black versus black demonstrations, not to prove that only that our products do not match any form of black surface whatsoever, but I did it for my own comfort of knowing that if I ever have to go onto a site and do any demonstrations, whatever, I won't be sitting there with my pants around my ankles looking like a complete idiot because I didn't do proper testing. Proper testing is very important. Another reason why proper testing is very important, because of specification sheet. You cannot design a specification sheet if you haven't done proper testing. Now, products also too we see here have no form of outside testing. None at all, period. How do they perform at 1,000 lumens? Now keep in mind, just because the screen, a white screen can pick up at 1,000 lumens, but the problem you're going to have here, how is it going to work outside? It's going to be to maintain this image, going to maintain 100% contrast. I'm not talking about a shade of gray. If you're talking about contrast, and I swear we can literally have a discussion on the color black. If you're saying that you are pulling a contrast level, a black contrast level, it means you must physically pull a black level. I can literally start a forum site on that alone, on all these projection screens on here. When you say you are basically pulling a contrast level, what do you mean by you are pulling a contrast level? Are you pulling black or are you pulling gray? Which one are you pulling? Because you definitely aren't pulling a black. If your screen's not black, you're pulling gray. That's another topic I'll have tomorrow, because we have that in forum sites all the time. Screen paints will come to and say, oh, I see black. No, you don't see black. Black is black. Whether the lights are on or off, it's black. If you have to turn the lights out to maintain a black level, you don't have black. You can have your lights on and have black, just like a white screen. A white screen can maintain a white level even when the lights are on. Even when the lights are off, it still comes out white. So if you're a gray screen and you're claiming to maintain a black level, then you should have your lights on, because with a fully lit environment, you should pull a 100% black level. Means you can't. There you go. See, black technology, and I've never heard one, I myself, but anyone else I've seen, never heard, said, we pull 100% white. Never ever heard that from a black screen. I've heard it from a gray screen many times, that we basically pull a black level, you do not pull black. Showing OLED demonstrations in the dark? No. You ever seen an OLED TV only displayed in the dark? No. Then you can't do that. All right, let's get back to this. I don't want to go off topic again. This is why products have to be tested. Because this individual, Jamie, or Crow 1176, or some people know him, went onto YouTube, branded a can of network grade 773, and matched the product. That means now his product is worth less than $60. It is worth the price of under the network grade 773, because now anyone can go in and do the exact same thing. Now, for those of you who are asking, where's the video? Video was removed. He removed the video off his account because this video was sat here for 4 months. 4 months on his channel. So after 4 months, he removes the video. Why? Because he finally came into realizing that the product would match house paint. Was the product ever tested? No, the product was never tested. If you're convincing people at the end of the day to buy your product because they can show an improvement on especially a 4K laser projector, and the house paint does the exact same thing that your product does, and for far less, then what would be the point of buying the screen paint itself? So, for customers that are buying great products out there, even if you're buying black products out there, how do you know the product's tested? How do you know it's not going to match house paint? How do you know you're just being shipped some pre-processed shelf paint someone just basically just did a little something with? How do you know? That's why you have to have tests. That's why tests have to be displayed on the website, and I think tests should be displayed on the website for the customer to see, to do research. They got everything and anything you can name under a projector when you do research for it. Screens, on the other hand, not too much. And the screen plays the biggest part. Without the screen, all your little bells and whistles that you get off your projector investment, it's not going to pop up on your screen unless you have a proper screen. So that's the individual displaying the container of network grade 773. Now, to be fair, we did this demonstration 6 months to a year ago. The reason why I did the demonstration, because I was curious to see how close it would come to matching these tones that are out here on the market. Did a couple of these demonstrations. We had this product already at the house, and to find out it matched 3 of the products. Now, that was disturbing. 3 screen paints matched under one of the products under Sherwin-Williams. He was pressured into this. He did not want to do this at all. So his fans had pressured him to do the demonstration. He did not have a choice. Oh, he did have a choice. He could have did the demonstration and did the test, which he refused to do. This is what happens when you try to continue to ride the gravy train and rip people off in the process. Because if you don't do tests and you're lying about things that your products can do and they don't do them, it's ripping someone off. Now there's the receipts being bared. Now we use this, and for Jamie, I know this basically eats your lunch a little, but let me explain something to you. This is not being done as a retaliation for anything. It isn't. It's being done for the simple fact this is a perfect video to warn customers on why they need to request tests. Because this could easily happen to anybody. Anybody could end up buying a screen paint and find out they could have did the same thing with a house paint. And this is why it had to be tested. So if you take this in a way where you become aggressive and you're upset and you're angry and you're mad over this, number one, it outs you because you just displayed yourself being a fake. And number two, it's not for that purpose. It's for the purpose of showing of why screen paint products must be tested. For the seller, at the end of the day, who's making these products, you do not want to end up in this category. Now, it's not just him. There's a fellow who calls himself Partay, which he should not be calling himself Partay. It's a name that does not belong to him because he has PSP paints. He claims his products are basically not over the counter, that they're all made from scratch, which is virtually impossible because he doesn't have the zoning or the technology, or I hate to say it, you have to have a degree in advanced chemistry in order to go down that road, and he doesn't have it. So his products are over the counter just like everything else. Problem with his products are none of them are tested. There is no test demonstrations on any of the products. And with that being said, without tests, gentlemen, you cannot have a specification sheet. How in the world do you have a specification sheet without tests? That doesn't work. So they make up things, they put up false information in their specification sheets to make it sound like this is what their product does. It's all fake. Now, in his specification sheet, he clearly has where his product has a range gain. That is virtually impossible. But I'll show you that later on. And also too, a YouTuber by the name of Silent Wake 5, I guess they're buddies. He had him do a review on the product. Shocking in the review, if the video is still there, hopefully it's still there, it hasn't been removed, but they do have a habit of deleting videos. In the video, the paint changed color. It went completely chameleon. I'm not talking about chameleon change and go back to that. No, it went one color and that was it. So I don't know how you explain a product that starts off to be dark gray. It's supposed to be dark gray and ends up being the same color as that bag sitting right there. I'll lie to you not. And the crazy thing about it is, it's like nothing changed on the surface, because the surface on the front, this is where he drops the camera. Isn't this where he drops the camera? He does drop the camera, this one. The surface looks exactly the same way before the fellow who calls himself Silent Wake 5 painted the screen. So there was no real change to the surface at all, period. Even the fellow who sat there and painted the screen says he doesn't see, it doesn't look the same way as it did in the can. So clearly that's a product that's not tested. So as you can see in this demonstration, as the environment has gotten darker, because he has darkened the environment now, which usually what they do when you're dealing with a gray screen, they do go back into the dark because it's the best way. He figure he can pull higher white levels. I don't know why he's messing with the eco. Eco in the dark doesn't mean jack. Eco in a fully lit environment, you change your projector down to its eco level, means you're dimming the lamp, you're using less power, and the lamp is not as bright. This would be more efficient if you're doing a demonstration in a fully lit environment and doing eco. But if you're doing eco in a dark environment, that doesn't mean anything at all, period. He's trying to do adjustments so that way he can show a better image than the screen, but it's not helping. And the reason why is because when he painted the surface, the product we have here is lighter. It's a little lighter than this product, so it's going to produce a higher white level, which it's doing now. And this is why he becomes antsy, and he's moving back and forth across the camera because it's uncomfortable. He already thought he was going to beat this screen, and it's matching him on every level. So this is why he's moving back and forth across the camera and trying to block the screen as much as possible. And for you sellers out there who want to be developing screen paint products, you do not want to land in this particular sea of hot water. To consumers out there that are buying a screen paint product, you want to make sure these products are tested. Ask these merchants, when you buy from them, can you see tests? You don't want to see a test of 1 and 2. You want to see a test between 10 to 20 videos. You want to make sure all the videos are done live. All test demonstrations should be done live. Now, for those of you who want to come back at me and say, but that's not fair, you have yeah, I do. I have test demonstrations that are done live. You know why we do this? To make sure the product works. So I don't have any failure issues of a product not malfunctioning because we do tests. This is why we don't lose PayPal claims, because we can back our products up 100%. This is why we can do batch number demonstrations, because we can back our products up. They can't do a batch number. That's virtually impossible. How are you going to do a batch number test if you haven't tested the product to begin with? You could fail in the batch number test. So no, it's not going to happen. Now, see in the video, you'll notice that he's constantly blocking the screen. You're never ever supposed to do this when you're doing a side-by-side. You're never supposed to stand where the screen you're actually doing the display against. Never. You should be off to the side. Bad example, extremely bad example. So, in the demonstration, he matched house paint. Even worse, the P2 faded out horribly in the demonstration, extremely badly, which means that he was coaching the environment when he was doing demonstrations or showing off the promo demonstrations to make the screen look like it was doing something more than it wasn't. And it wasn't doing anything special. It did the exact same thing, had the same reaction, same contrast, same color, same white level, same everything as house paint. That's pretty much what it did. All right, I'm not gonna harp too much on this. This is another one, another demonstration. It's same as the other. And this one shows the individual walking out of a Home Depot while carrying a container of bare silver screen. Because we made a statement that we tested one of his products, long before he did this video, that one of his products tested next to bare silver screen. It was the Personal Mix tested. As a matter of fact, the Personal Mix tested to a lot of other things too, but we're not going to get into that right now. So in this demonstration, individual does video, states that his product is different. This is the part that gets me about these videos. They can be 1 millisecond off. It's more like speed and time. Let's put it by shade. They could be 1 little shade off, and they consider that to be a massive change. That's like the Earth completely spinning off its axles and just taking off in another orbit somewhere. That's not change. That's not change at all. It has to be a change between night and day in order for you to see a different reaction in a projection screen. You have to clearly see that. Like when Diamond came up and took that sample sheet and stuck it in front of a white screen, you could clearly see, like night and day, that there were 2 different screens sitting there in front of you. If you can't see that and you have to get a finger distance from the screen to see that, that is an automatic fail. Are you going to be sitting that close to the screen to see the difference at 110 or 120 inches? No, you're going to be sitting 11 to 12 feet back on your screen. So if you have to be that close to the screen to see that at a finger distance, what makes you think you're going to see that at 11 to 12 feet by moving motion in a dark environment? You won't see that. So this is a product of him walking out of a Home Depot. And this is what you need to do if they can't provide tests, if they can't provide demonstrations next to gray versus gray, which is extremely important because you need to know whether or not you're getting a real product or not getting something that he just walked out of a Home Depot with. All right, so here's him walking back to his vehicle. This is another video also too that was removed off the account that also was missing. Now again, I have to express this to the individual, Jamie, so you can understand this. I know you feel that you're being attacked. I don't know how in the world you, no, I forget that. I'm not going down the Karen call. How do you feel that you're being attacked? It's your video. Where do you feel you're being attacked at? It's your video. I'm explaining it exactly as it's going. It's your video. How can you feel attacked? And literally, this guy feels attacked. He feels that he's being picked on. You made the video. The purpose of your purpose of making this video was for what? To prove that your product doesn't match Bear's silver screen. Where is the video? It is no longer available. It is gone due to the fact that he matched the product. And this is the reason why that when you're buying any screen paint, any screen, not just these individuals, any screen paint, even ours, you must request for tests. For those of you that are mad at us because we have tests done, well, that should tell you something right there. If you're mad at me because you're saying, well, that's not fair, you're putting this out here and you know your stuff is tested. Oh, then why isn't yours? Why isn't yours tested? You're mad at me because my stuff is tested and I can back myself up, but you're mad at me because of that. Then you should have tested your stuff. You have no business taking any money from anybody at the end of the day unless your product can be tested. How do you troubleshoot a product that you don't even know how to fix because you never tested it? How's that work? I'm just saying that to people who make these products. We get these little emails from time to time from them, upset, angry, curse words that carry on. Could be people. Look, cursing me out and all that, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. So, see how he's at a finger distance. You should never be that close to a screen, ever. When you're doing demonstrations, if you're showing a comparison, no. Because when you're standing back from it, you won't see it at all. You can't tell one from the other. So I'm going to show you something, the more shocking part of this video of him matching on this product. Neither one are ambient light rejection technology because, again, the reason why he did the demonstration in a very dark environment because this would give his screen better color and better contrast, and he was hoping he would be able to overpower the Bear, and he didn't overpower. He actually matched it quite nicely. Quite nicely. And mind you, the Bear is lighter than his, which is interesting. The Bear is lighter than his product, and yet it was able to maintain its contrast level and color. And of course, the skin tones are going to be much different due to the fact that it's much lighter. It's going to pick up a higher skin tone. So this product right here, where I'm at, is around $2,300. Sorry, $2,300. Ha ha ha, it's funny. $23 a gallon. That's it. Bear is very cheap. You don't spend a lot of money for Bear. Bear is very cheap. Now, again, they're upset and angry because I arm customers with information. They don't like that. They don't like that I tell customers at the end of the day what to say when you're buying a screen paint product. The same thing if you have a mechanic. And the mechanic's going to tell you exactly what to say when you're buying a car. Exactly how you talk to people. Even if you walk into another garage that's not his, he'll tell you exactly what to say, what to ask for. Even people will come back and ask the mechanic, hey, you should be charging me for this? Like, do I really need that at the end of the day? And the mechanic's like, no, you don't need that. They're padding the bill. That's all they're doing. If you know a person who's a doctor, like some people are best friends with doctors, and they're going to see another doctor, and they'll talk to the doctor. No, you don't want to do that. That procedure is blah blah blah. Same thing like we're telling you, we do tons and tons and tons of testing on products and all different forms of products and different forms of projectors, and we'll tell you at the end of the day that these are things you need to ask for, and you need to ask us a thing. I don't mind people coming to me and asking me about my product versus black paint. I got no problem with that. I'm gonna post it right to my video, right to my my website. We're proud of that. But these are demonstrations, and this would be a gray versus gray, so you know that. This is what a gray versus gray would look like. These videos have disappeared off these accounts because they don't want you to see them, because they know they will match. That's why. And this will hurt their business. So this technically is called gray versus gray. This is what they look like. You take your product, you match it against a product close to yours, or yours, or not saying yours, but close to yours, and to see how much of a difference you would get off of that product. And that's pretty much what you got. So that means that everybody who has purchased that particular product got ripped off, because they could have went right over to Home Depot, just like he did, walked out of there with a container of bare silver screen and did the exact same thing his product did. What makes his product so different than Bayer or any other product over the counter? Nothing at all, not a thing. So they got bamboozled. Now keep in mind, if any other company had did this, yeah, we would be over there saying, look, here it is right there. And they try to erase the video information and try to hide the evidence. Yeah, we would definitely have them on call. As a matter of fact, we do have one on call. We have a couple projection screen companies, projectors on call. What was it? JMGO projector. Found out that projector was 1080p. What was the other? The Valve projector. Found out that was 1080p. Was able to go into a site and get that information for them to tell us what that projector really was. It's not 4K. Any projector at pixel shifting, topic off for just a minute. Any projector that's claiming to be pixel shifting is a base 1080p projector. So you know that from the door. We got 2 companies to admit that on their own channel. Got them to admit that. So if you have a 4K compress, guess what you have at the end of the day? You have a base 1080p projector. That's what you purchased. Yeah. Somebody was having a discussion about with that, and he says, how do you know? I sent them 2 documents of 2 conversations of screenshots, and we literally were talking to these people, and they finally broke down and told us with 1080p. With these companies, if an average Joe walk in there, they can tell them whatever they want to tell them because they don't know. They're not educated on that. We know this stuff at the end of the day because you can't feed this to me. After a while, I'll break you down. You get to the point like, you know what, forget it. I'm not even going to argue with this guy. We block him. He's got tons of information because we blocked him. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tell him the truth. And that's how we get him to talk. Because I know what I'm talking about. But to anybody else, they go, oh, really? That's so-and-so and so? And you can really do that? There, they got you already. They can tell you anything they want. That's like a mechanic walking into a car dealership. You can't tell that person anything he wants at the end of the day. He can walk into another auto shop, even though he doesn't need to, but he could walk in there. What are you going to tell him at the end of the day that he don't already know? There you go. So we have to break down, look, buddy, you know, mechanic, you know the truth, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you the truth, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I know. That's why they always tell you, bring an honest mechanic with you. You got a friend who's a mechanic when you're going to go buy a car or buy a used car, because that person working on that car knows a lot about that car. It's great to bring somebody in who knows it too. Save you a lot of money in the process. All right, I'm going to just show you these couple of areas right here, so you can see how well this is matching. Look at this. This is absolutely insane. You see that, how well that matched? At the time, this product was $90 a quart. This stuff right here is like $23 a gallon. That's it. There's no way in the world you're going to pay $90 a gallon for some bare silver screen. What planet and where? You could have got that as a gallon for way less. Even at $60, you could have got it for way less. I remember when he got caught with the network gray, and he was trying to say that, you know, he paid $40 for a quart, and, you know, that would cost you $80. Actually, it would have been $160 because it would have been 4 quarts in there. But no, it's not going to cost you. They don't do paint that way. I hate it when people talk to other people like this. They're supposed to be idiots at the end of the day, but clearly try to state that the product would be like, you know, if it was $40 and that's what he paid for it, it'd be like 2, 4, 6. I don't even know where the 6 and 8 came from because they should have never been in that category, but it should have been 4. Period. That should have been the only one. 4 quarts. But anyway, what, $80? No, $80 would have been 160 because it would have been four of them at $40 a pop. But no, there's no way in the world you're going to go into any hardware store, and most people say this, they'll buy a cord at first and they start thinking about it, maybe they don't have enough paint, and if they have too much, it's better to have more than less, because that means you have to make the trip back over here again and wait in line, if you're in there waiting in line. So they'll say, how much more for a gallon? I hear it all the time when I go buy paint, how much more for a gallon? And I go, oh, it's like a $7 or $10 difference. Who would have freaking their right mind? I have to say at the end of the day, this is where, I hate to say this, but his followers, this is where basically people at the end of the day, and I'm not trying to be rude here, where they think you guys don't have brain cells. Because whoever in their right mind saw him say that on a video and clearly thought, oh yeah, that's right, I walked into Home Depot and paid $160 for a gallon of paint. What are you painting, gold on your wall? No. It's like a $7, $15 difference between a quart. That's it. That's insane. That's 5 gallons, which you literally just bought at the end of the day. 5 gallons will run you about $200. It's about like $100 to about $200 you'll pay for a 5-gallon container. But you're talking about, no, that's not going to happen. So he's trying to tell you that because in a way where you come out better saving buying his product, because if you spent 4, which it should have been 4 instead of 2, it'd have been $160 a gallon if you were to do a gallon. No, you don't know math, how math works. It would never have been $160. It'd have been a $15, probably $7 difference, depending whether or not it was glossy or maybe basically it was 1 coat primer or something like that. But it's not going to be that much. I spent $80 for a gallon. That was a special paint. A high fluorescent, really bright, ultra bright paint. They're around $80 a pop. It's a different form of paint than what you buy in your everyday paint. All right, just a little bit more on this. All right, because I don't want to go on and on this. All right, so we showed you why this is very important for the consumer to ask for tests. It's very important that you request a gray versus gray test. That's what you need to request. If they refuse you to give you a gray versus gray test, if they hang the phone up on you, go somewhere else. Don't bother with it. If you want to check out our technology, it's all tested. All our stuff is tested. Got tested to do pretty soon on the other product. All right, let's come out of here real quick. We're going to talk about next a fellow by the name of Danny made a product called PSP products. There have been multiple complaints about these previous products. We have ordered from both of these individuals in the past and have had nothing but canceled orders from them because, again, they can't back up a product that doesn't work. They know they can't back it up. So we're going to go pop over there real quick. So the fellow who did the boxing review, if the video is still there, is a fellow who goes by the name of Silent Wake 5. Keep in mind this individual's name is not very clean due to the fact that he got caught in a unboxing scheme against our products. These are the videos that he tried to remove off his account. And in these videos, which I'm not going to go into it right now, is where he did a fake unboxing. I mean, this guy even went out and took the United States Postal Service, printed out a fake label. The problem is he used the wrong email, an email we don't even use. And by the spaces in the emails, everybody knows you can't put a space in emails. It doesn't exist. It comes up invalid. He falsified a document. Also posted his fakes next to the receipts. So did a fake demonstration, fake unboxing, and continue to go on and say our products come up so dark you can't see them, which is funny because I should be on site today. I might be on site today, depending on the weather. If not, I'm going to be on the gamer screen. But anyway, yeah, this is where his credibility lays right here. So he did, excuse me about that, he did a review. Of course, you're going to go to somebody you know to do the review. And the product was supposed to come out a charcoal gray. It came out a light gray or mid gray. It kind of matches the exact same screen as the, I'll go to the website first so you're familiar with the individual. And also to talk about the fake specifications on his website. One of them, if he didn't remove it, which is still there, which is called range gain. We don't even know what the freak that is. Nobody knows what that is, what that range came. But under his specifications and what he claims what it is you have the exact same screen paint in a container. And if you paint this screen paint on a screen one way, you will receive one gain, a different gain. You can achieve a higher gain if you paint the same screen paint on a surface a different way. What's next? If you paint it this way, it's gray. If you paint it this way, it turns black. Oh, whatever. You know, that's what it's coming down to. This comes from people not doing proper testing. There's no testing under the product whatsoever. I don't remember how he spells this thing. Let me see. If we get it wrong, I don't really remember offhand how we spell this thing. Let's see. Because it comes up under so much stuff. Got an extra Y in that bird. See if this brings it out. No, that's different. Don't want to bleed too much over there. I got videos on this thing. That's it. No, that would not be it. We'll get it. I got videos on it. It's spelled it in a weird way. Let's see. Sure, you just put PSP on it, that'll bring it up. There we go. That's interesting. We're not going to go through the whole. I don't have the time to go through the whole application nonsense. The application nonsense is berserk. It's crazy. But that's not about. That has nothing to do with how a person paints the screen down. We can have a topic on that's the crazy way to do it and blah 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 blah. But this isn't about that. It's about if the product is tested. Can they back up the product? Will the product match house paint? It's a whole many things to testing. These are the only tests he has on his product. That's it. This is supposed to be our product here, I guess. And this is what his black on black test is. It's not a black on black test, buddy, at all, period. That's not a black on black. We made the black on black. We're the ones who actually developed the black on black test. So, no. This is all the testing you have. That's it. You have no test demonstrations on low lumen projectors, white levels. It's just demonstrations to be done where you're supposed to put white screens up, hit 1,000 lumen projectors so that way you're not using a high-end projector. Have at least 21 feet back when you do this demonstration. The longer the distance throw, the less lumens that the projector is going to have before making contact with the screen. How does the screen basically level up to certified screens? You know how many certified screens there are that you have to literally test against? Every single certified screen, we had to do the same test on contrast levels, white levels, color levels, fully lit environments, ultra short throw, 1,000 lumen demonstrations, high-end lumen projectors or venues, all those tests. We've done demonstrations inside, out. He has no testing here. This is it. This is all he has. That's nothing. That's not a test. There's nothing there. What's the difference between your product and black fabric, or what about other paints, other black household paints that you could purchase right from Home Depot or Lowe's? What's the difference between your product and that? Nothing there. You got micro mesh, you have basically fabrics and films. We've done plastics, and you have to have testing on all of that. Where are they? These tests have to be done inside. They have to be done outside. You have to do them at massive sizes, which means if you're using a venue projector, you have to show that you can use this on a commercial level. That's why the 250-inch screen was built. It wasn't built. People think we build these things just for showing off. No, a 250-inch screen was built to display that our products could pick up an image at over 27 feet back on a 4,000 lumen projector at 250 inches. That was to back the product. So if you're showing a venue, venues are designed to produce on massive sizes. That's why if we're doing demonstrations strictly at 100 to 120 inches, that's not going to fly by some people. They want to see it on something much bigger. I got an outdoor event. We're going to be doing this on a 150-inch screen. How does your product work outside on a 150-inch screen? Especially when they sit there and say, oh, we got 7,000 and 8,000 lumen projectors. I'm sitting there with a grin on my face. Why is that man over there smiling? Because we did it at 4,000 lumens easily. Your 7,000 lumens is a cakewalk for my technology. We've done it already. We did the test. There's no testing here. Another problem, and we'll talk about that on websites, is how much of the website is telling the truth. Both of these individuals got caught snatching Google images off Google, putting it into their shopping carts, and claiming this is what that's pretty bad. We have one right here on a fake gymnasium, but we're not going to go into that right now. So there's no testing on the product. The PSP application, or basically, where's the product set? Not the application. Let's go to the PSP Premium Paints right here. Statement that was made, which is false. Products that are not from over the counter, that's virtually impossible. That's not going to happen. You don't have the test lab, you don't have the degree in chemistry in order to do that, to make something from scratch like that. And you're definitely making it on your property. Let's see. Now let's go look at one of these. Actually, this is the one right here. This is the one that SolidWave 5 did the review on. This is supposed to be a dark gray. That's what that's supposed to be. Let's see over here. Now, 32 ounces, 120-inch screen. It gets for 32. It claims to be dark gray. This is what it says in the specification. It's dark gray. None of these products work on an ultra short throw, which again baffles me because I don't know how you can't get anything to run off an ultra short throw. It's the most easiest projector. That's like taking a 3,000 lumen projector and sticking it right close to the screen. I don't get that part. So, but that's whatever this product is. It has nothing to do with our topic. Here we go. Range gain. This is virtually impossible. Unless he can back this up, is the only way, but that's virtually impossible. So approximate gain range is 0.80 to 0.88 to 85. Can vary slightly based upon application technique. See here, there's no link here. There's nothing there to click there. So I've never seen a demonstration proving this theory. And since this theory can't be proved, it's considered to be false. Gentlemen, if you lived in the era of inventors, okay, when you had Benjamin Franklin and you had, what's the other guy name? They're building up a center around here for him too. Da Vinci, all these great inventors, okay? If you were around these gentlemen, right, these noble scholarmen, okay, you were around them and you came up with a theory, they would laugh you out of the institution. You know why? Because you'd be based on a liar. Your good name would be tarnished because you would have to back your theory. William Penn couldn't go up there and go, hey, guess what? I made electricity. It just popped out of the sky. I captured it, put it into a light bulb, and boom! You couldn't get away with that. You would have to show hardcore documents that you were able to perform this task. If not, you would consider to be a naysayer, a person of a liar, a person who basically cannot back up his work at the end of the day. That's what you would consider to be. And this is what this is. You have to be able to back this up. For the customer, that's a lie. That is fraud right there, unless they can back it up. That should never ever be in the specification sheet if you cannot back it up. 2000 recommends best use at 2000. That's extremely poor, and I'll tell you why. House paint can pick up at 900 lumens in the dark. Now that has nothing to do whether the paint's fake or not, but at 2000 lumens, that's kind of a red flag right there for me, because house paint can pick up much lower than that. But anyway, it's a safe zone for them. Most people, it's a safe zone to make sure the product's going to work. They put it in a safe lumen count. But this right here, this is fake. That's not real. That's virtually not real. And as you can see by the specification sheet, there is nothing in here. because he never tested the product. And what does he have in here? 120-inch screen. That's what the pen cover's up to. Dark gray, which the color did not come out dark gray. It came out completely different color. Zero including something reflection solids. That makes no. He's just adding stuff in there. Just I'm not gonna say biblical nonsense, but nonsense in there. Property paint on design specifications for projector screen and no over-the-counter paints used. That's virtually a lie too. Unless you can show us at the end of the day that you actually designed this stuff from the ground up, which is virtually impossible. If you were to make a paint from scratch, the ingredients for some of that stuff is like $300, $400, $500 to make a paint from scratch. Even from that, from the door, you would have to have special test facilities. You would have to have licenses, just zoning. You never would be able to get away with that. There's no way in the world. Where are you making this at? No, you bought this over the counter like everybody else. Let's see. Front and rear. Never saw a rear demonstration on this ever, so don't know about that. Let's see. It has a non-territorial, whatever, color shift or whatever. Designed for long throw, short throw. Designed for a long throw, short throw, projectors. Not recommended for ultra short throw. So that's his specification right there. So the problem we have here, people, there's no information on here. What's the viewing cone effect? What's 1,000 lumens? He doesn't even have basically proper storage information. Where do you store it at? What's the shelf life on the product? What is the distance during the product? How far would a projector have to be pulled back before the screen deteriorates or washes out? How does this affect the lights on or lights off? There's nothing there at all, period. What about surface applications? What about even with a spray cannon? If you advise a spray cannon application has to be there. What kind of spray cannon do you figure is best used from your basically expert point of view? Basically, are you telling customers they have to use it in a well-ventilated area? Do they have to wear safety glasses? Stuff like that. All this information should be in there. It's a ton of information not even in there. Why? Because the product was never tested at all, period. But right now, issues we have here, not a good specification sheet, and at that, the range gain is completely fake. That's virtually impossible. There's no way in the world that you're going to paint a screen a different way with the same color product, same product at that, and it's going to change. That's not going to happen. It's going to be the same thing, no matter what. So that's a lie. All right, so this is supposed to be the dark gray. Let me see. This is the one that was sent to Solid Wake 5. Let's see. Let's go in and do. And for those of you saying, well, what do you mean by proper specification sheet? This is our website. This is what a proper specification sheet looks like. And all our products you see are all these demonstrations you see up here. We have test demonstrations on everything, on all our products. Every single one has a test attached to it. They're all in here, not all of them, but the ones we have for these tests, because we have over 8,000 video demonstrations. All right, let's go to one we actually are hot seller, which is our dedicated black Cinemax right here. So these are all our pictures of our products. All pictures, all match video demonstrations. None of these videos are stolen off Google. These are our pictures. They belong to us. And you'll see right here, on our products we have right here, we have weatherproof conditions, which you should have. What he didn't have on his website is if you basically use this outside, what time of day will the screen activate? Because there's an activation time for screens. So what time will the screen activate? Will it activate at 6? Does it activate at 5? Can you show us tests? Now, once your screen does activate at what hour it does, then you have to do tests. Like, okay, what's the difference between a screen and a white screen? What's the difference between a screen and on a black versus black, which you literally have to do outside? How does it react to ultra short though? How does it react at 1,000 lumens? What lumen count will pick up at that particular hour? What lumen count won't pick up? So if you don't know this, and someone buys the product and they're trying to get the screen to activate at around like, I say, because if you say it's ambient light rejection, some people jump the gun and they want to do it at 5 o'clock. The specifications have to be there to protect your butt. So you can go in and go, they file a claim against you and say, hey, we try to use it at 4 o'clock and it wouldn't work. It says right here in the specification under testing that it shows that the product doesn't activate at 4 o'clock, it'll activate at 6. You have it right there written, and you have a test to back it up. There you go. That's why you must do testing. Because if someone got a screen that's not activating, you can troubleshoot your own stuff because you did testing. So we got 6 in the evening. We have do not use in direct sunlight. And you see that posted on this site? You have people that will slide a screen in front of sunlight. You'd be surprised. I've seen it done. So you have to have that there. We have right here projection lumen recommended outside at 6 evening, because that's when we test them. That's when we know they work. 4,000 lumens. After 6, you can use 1,000. He doesn't have that there because he hasn't done test. All right there, specification right there. You have to have category name. What is the category name of your product? What is the class category of your product? What is the gain capability? Our gain is ambient light projection, advanced ambient light projection. That's what we name our gain at the end of the day. Let's see, lumens outside at 1,500 lumens. Well, actually inside, sorry. Inside, we can pick up at 1,500. Actually, we can pick up at 1,000, but we put 1,500. What type of product is this? Is this a physical projection screen or is this a roll-on application? That literally has to be in a specification sheet, because you'll have people that will come up and think that you're selling a physical screen and you're not. And they will buy this and then file a complaint against you saying, hey, I thought I was getting a physical screen, not as described. Whoops, see, there you go. You got to put that information in there. This is what you learn from experience. So he doesn't have that in there. So someone can buy that product and make a false claim against him and say, hey, I thought it was a physical screen. Let me see. This right here is the registration number for our copyrights right there in plain display. Right there, so you can see that. Type of product, roll on or spray on, paint on. Please note that this is not a physical projection screen. You have to have that stated there. Viewing angles have to be put in there. What color is your screen? You can't say it's all gunmetal because you can't do that. It has to have a color attached to it. This is a number summary on the OLED black levels, which we call it OLED. It's an OLED light projection screen. For those that sit there saying, oh, it's not OLED. OLEDs produce black levels, right? Our screen produces 100% black level. Does a gray screen produce 100% black level? No, it doesn't. All right, then. We've had that conversation many times with the naysayers. Not toward the customers, not towards you. When we speak like this, it's toward the naysayers who don't know better. Paint on application. This is an extremely important area. What can you paint this to? We have tons of tests on painting our stuff on just about everything. Bed sheets, I did a blanket one time, screen doors, drywall, fixed frame screens, glass, fiberglass. You gotta have all that down there. All that testing has to be done. What are the reactions of what you can't paint it on? That has to be done. Is it eco-friendly? Is it low VOC? Is it 100% water-based? Washing it off. What kind of products you're going to use? You're going to be mild soap, hard soap. It's going to be hot water. It's going to be warm water. All that has to be in there. What is the proper storage for your product? What is the shelf life for your product? Some people will buy this stuff, won't paint it in, and then 3 years later, you have to make sure that you can basically prove this theory. Screen size, aspect ratio, specifications. Another paint on application for surface. It's another thing you can use for wood, brick, drywall, PVC, all that other good stuff you have that done there. We don't advise what surface you can't paint it on. You can't be painted on stucco. You can't be painted on polyester tarps. It just doesn't work. Basic product information, doesn't have it. Resolution capabilities. Let's see what we have right here. Projector viewing, which is going to have an enhancement, 720p, 1080p, 4K, with all that stuff right there. We've been there and done 4K. As a matter of fact, we have demonstrations with 4K versus 1080p, so people can't tell the difference. Is it ultra short throw ready? Yes, we have tons of demonstrations on ultra short throws. It's not even funny, even on site, which I might be on today. All right. Screen projectors that we support. Extremely important. Because not with a gray screen. A gray screen doesn't have to ever worry about this. Because the gray screen will pick up on anything. It doesn't have contrast, it doesn't have color. It will wash out, and yes, it does all that bad stuff. But it will pick up on a knockoff. Because the only projectors that will pick up on knockoff projectors is either light gray or white. They're the only ones you see when you watch the demonstration. If you notice that. But a darker screen has issues with knockoff projectors. He makes a darker product. He doesn't have that specification in there, which means he's going to be in a world of pain, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is someone's going to buy that paint and they're going to think they're going to use the Valva or any other projector. And mind you, we have made test paints outside of our own products put against knockoff projectors, and it doesn't work at all. For some reason, they can't read on darker screens. If you notice, if you look at the Valva projector, there's no gunmetal version of it. The Iowa, I think, projector, what it is, there's no gunmetal version of it. None of these projectors who have their own screens, there's no gunmetal versions or darker versions of them. They're all light gray, almost near white, because those are the only things that can pick up on those projectors. A lot of people don't pick up on that kind of stuff at the end of the day. That's why when they buy one of these projectors and they try to hit it with a heavy gunmetal screen, it doesn't pick up. It won't read. Yeah, they don't pick up on darker surfaces. So one of the problems that Danny's going to have is someone's going to buy that screen paint and they're going to file a complaint as not as described. Now, he doesn't have, keep in mind, ultra short throw, he does have his product not compatible with ultra short throw. So that will eliminate him from that category altogether. But it also, too, eliminates him from the category of name brand projectors, too, also, like BenQ and ViewSonic and Samsung and LG. So that basically eliminates him from that category. Oh, man, I try to keep this short and sweet. We never can do this. But anyway, so it eliminates from that. Maybe he was doing that to protect himself from the Valva and WeMax projectors. But then you still open yourself up for long throw, because a lot of people buy those cheap, dinky, long throw projectors, and those projectors do the exact same thing. So you're still going to fall in that category. So this is why you need this here to protect yourself. All right, so that's pretty much it for our, this is what you're supposed to have. And that's just one side, and you have over here your policies that you need for fake projectors. Please read different policies we have here on the side. You need to have all this in a shopping cart. This is literally how big your policy sheet should be. It should never be like this and that's it, or this and this and that's it. No, you have that large policy sheet. All right, let's go over the range gain, which we know is fake. Let's go over here to tracking down a review. This is how we found the review, because we couldn't find any other reviews on the product. Let's see. If I put down PSP review, I'm going to bring up a gaming system. That's not going to work. PSP customer review. All right. So this is what we get. There's no customer reviews on this product at all. There's only one person, and that would be Solid Wing 5. This is all us at the end of the day, because we couldn't find it. This is one customer who was talking about he committed fraud. He was very upset with the product. And this is his older products from 4 years ago. They don't work. I've seen these things before. They do not work. These are all our canceled orders that we have on the table with Partay and Jamie combined, who canceled orders out. So let me see. Where's the video? Hopefully they didn't pull the video. Let's see. So they even make PSP AV cables. That was a bad name to name this product. It's just so much stuff underneath that. They actually make AV cables. A PSP gaming system. This is stuff we run into because it gets confused with the gaming system. It's the portable PlayStation. It's the first thing that pops up. So you don't find anything on it. This doesn't even fall under the category of screen paints. It doesn't pop up. This is us at the end of the day, because the other product he made was water. It's a lot of water in the paint. All right, where is the video? This is all us. This is somebody complaining about his product that didn't work. That's not the PSP. It would be something else he made 4 years ago. People had problems with it. One of the problems I remember that people were having on this product today, he put Vaseline in it. Now, he sat there and said he never said about putting Vaseline. He literally have a YouTube video showing his YouTube channel with that logo on it. And in the ingredients, it tells you to put body gel. What do you think body gel is? It's Vaseline. And the problem they were having with that was the screen was hot spotting. Of course the screen was hot spotting. You literally have oil in your screen. That's why it's hot spotting. That's why you can't make screen paints with oil base, because it will hot spot like crazy. On top of that, it's extremely dangerous and very, very toxic. Let me see. Partay's PSP. Can we maybe find the name of the product itself, so you can get the name of the product itself. Where's it at? Maybe that brings it up sometimes. Let's see if this will work. Maybe this will work. Let's go to, I don't want to do much, my liquid projection screen. I'll keep that there. Relax music. Pause that. See if we can find it. This one. We should be able to find it. Uh-oh. This ain't good. Did we remove a video? Yeah, that's where I live at. Big deal. You guys act at the end of the day like I fear something. I don't fear anybody at the end of the day. I only fear God, that's it. Same thing like I was living at the other house. Big deal. And nobody come visit me. They never do. But you know where I live at. You can just go over and just do whatever you need to do. But again, I don't fear nothing. So let's see. I love how they post, oh, he lives in an apartment. Didn't I say I was moving to an apartment? When I was living with my sister on the basement, on the laundry room floor, didn't I say that I moved over here and I was going to move into an apartment? Yeah, I moved into an apartment. I've been saying, this is an apartment. Literally walking to, it's an apartment. Gee whiz. That's sad. But anyway, let's move on to these fake paints. This is what I mean by frustrated and very angry and upset, because again, they don't want you to know this. And I don't care how much stuff they say about me or do to me at the end of the day, I'm going to base expose them for what they are. I can't find this video. Literally cannot find this video. Where is this video at? Did they remove the video? This is how we found it the first time. We literally can't find it. And I'm looking through it. That's the screen paint that was under review by Solid 5, and I can't find it. I'm trying to make sure we're not wrong here. Let's break it down and see if we can find it. No, can't find it. Did we remove the video? All right, let's try. Let me see. That's not the way we can break it down. We did break it down any other way. It's not here. So the video we're looking for is a video where the product came out 2 colors. We have a recording. Good thing we document and we record everything of the product coming out 2 different colors. So we have the video. So we don't need to go here because it's not here at all, period. No, not here at all. So the video was removed. No worries, we got it anyway. Let's go over to my account and let's pull up the video. Let's see, because we got it. We did this on a live. I just want the magic hat. There we go. So even though the video is missing, and I'm going to make sure this video is missing. I'm going to actually punch it in. So let me see. We can get the name of this video. Yeah, because we went in, this is what we did. To find the exact video, we had to go in and copy and paste the entire page, or that, what the title of it, to bring it up. Now, Jamie, let me explain something to you. The difference between you showing my place where I live at and me knowing where you live at the end of the day, I don't have a process server coming to my door. You do. I can walk out my door anytime I want to, go here, go there. I don't have someone following me at the end of the day to serve me court papers to show up in court. You do, not me. So that's the problem that Jamie has. Jamie is going to court for copyright, a violation for basically infringing our copyrights on the Crystal Edge and soon to be Black Series. So I don't have to have somebody come to the door and answer to a process server, which you did. You denied access because due to the denied coming to the door due to the fact that you didn't want to get served for court. But as I told you before, these people are pretty persistent, and we have other document and paperwork coming up pretty soon for court that they are going to be waiting outside your door. I can go to the store right now, anywhere I want right now. I don't have anybody serving me at the end of the day. You do. That's why you can't leave that house or go anywhere, because they're going to be watching you and they're going to be following you, and they will go right to your job and embarrass you at your job and serve you. So that's the difference between me and you. That's where that comes down to. So that's what's happening. He can't go. I said this was going to happen. He can't go anywhere. He leaves that house, they're going to be out there waiting for him. Yeah, this is exactly what we sat there and put in. All right, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, let me go in. We have the video right there. Let me go and make sure we have the right one. Yeah, this is definitely the right one. All right, PSP grade, blah, 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 65, blah, 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 blah. Yep, and that's what we have right there. Yep, it's gone. He took the video down. The video has to be missing because this is what we put in. We put in a review. And this is what we tried to do. We dug up. So let me go back to my video. It's like watching a... So maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not wrong. I want to make sure 100% before I make this statement about this video went missing. Yeah, that's the whole video that we put in, the whole thing. So the fact that we put the whole thing in there into the search bar and nothing came up. All right, let's go track down the title of this because I like to be 100% sure before I make a statement on something. I don't like to make false accusations on anyone's products unless I have 100% right. So let's copy down this title. This is why we copy everything. This is why. Because videos, I told you, have a habit for these guys, when they get busted, of going missing. And this is why we do this. This is why we have copies of Jamie's videos, because these videos will disappear off their account and they'll act like it never even happened. Like the Frankensteins are missing. That's another reason why he doesn't want to show up for court too. On top of that too, because when we finally get him into court, when they finally serve him, they get their hands on him, get him into court, the Frankenstein is going to be bought out because there are royalties that basically he owes these particular individuals because he made money off their product without their permission. You're going to hide in the house like COVID for the rest of your life, because sooner or later you got to come out. Sooner or later they will be after you. We got criminal court papers being filed next week for the terroristic threat nonsense. Let me see. let's keep this on topic. Let's see. Yes. Unboxing. I didn't read the title on this because usually I never do because the titles are garbage. Sorry, but they are. He put down unboxing a real professional screen paint. This is a screen paint that came out 2 colors. So this is one of them. That's actually just 2 videos missing. The unboxing is missing. Professional. Let's go straight to his channel because it's something too much. And I'm ready. Sun's coming out. I definitely want to be on site today. That right there. Let me see. Easy way to locate this. Oh, by the way, no, we're not gonna. I need to locate the channel first. We're down 75. Let's see. Where's your channel at? Channel's missing. An entire channel is missing. His whole entire channel is missing. That's why we can't track it down. He deleted his entire channel. Gee whiz, you guys are phonies and fakes. I can't make it up. Look at this. I want to make sure. Let's make sure we got this right. I got to be 1% sure on this before I can make this statement. Silent. I want to make sure that we got this right. If you can't, I want to make sure, just 100% sure. You make sure we get everything spelled correctly. Just got to make sure. Because I don't like to say things out of my mouth that are not true, and then later on I got to eat my own words. I hate that more than anything in the world. That's why I do research on every freaking thing. All right, want to make sure. His channel got to be there. Because there's nobody where I think this guy deleted an entire channel. We did actually delete an entire channel here. He actually deleted his entire channel. Make sure he doesn't do this again. It has to be there. All right, I think we forgot a T, so I'm going to make sure. That's why I make sure everything we do this right. Because I don't like to make these mistakes at all, period. Got to be 100% right on this. Let's see. Ah, yes, these are perfect. go through the whole crazy search. Now let's see if we can find this product on here. Let's see. Now this is not looking good. This channel doesn't have any content. Isn't the channel we were on? Let's see. Let me make sure. Did he just remove all his content? Come on, people. Seriously? You gotta be kidding me. Wipe this entire channel. He wiped this. Did he do this again? He's done this before. He's wiped this entire channel. He's gotta have some videos here. Wipe the entire channel clean. Literally wiped every single video off his channel. What did you do? You got in trouble with somebody. You did something stupid. Because the last time I seen him wipe a channel this clean is when he got in trouble with us. When we caught him, we busted him. Well, it makes no difference. You can wipe yourself all you want. We got documents on you anyway on everything you've done to us, so we're still taking you to court. This won't help you at all. You probably got afraid when that process server came to Crow's front door, Jamie's front door. They get scared like this, and they start deleting stuff left and right. It's not going to save you anyway. It's not going to help you. You got enough information on you basically falsifying information and committing massive fraud against my company. I'm doing a fake unboxing on my products. So as long as we have those documents, we're good. Gee whiz, he wiped that whole channel. This is the channel, right? Or he has multiple fake channels. Let me go back in. I want to be 1% sure. I don't like to do this, man. To make sure. Let me see. We had it under the magic paint, right? It was under the magic paint. Okay. Sorry, don't give it. Let's go to our live. This is research that people that are buying screen paint should be doing. Literally, should be doing this research. So this is the video that's missing. This video right here shows the unboxing of the product. This is the color it's supposed to be. This dark gray right here. So we'll put the link so you can watch the video that's missing now. Yeah, good thing we do basically. See, it's a good thing we go in and we basically document all this stuff, because again, if we didn't, these guys would be hiding evidence left and right. It's a good thing we document all this stuff. Yep. See right here? See the logo? Where his name is at? Right there, Solomon 5 with the movie reel. Yeah, that's his channel we just popped off a few minutes ago. He wiped every single video off his channel. That's what I was looking for. When I was going through it to make sure we hit the right channel that we saw this video on. And right there, there's the logo, your logo that you make for yourself to describe your channel right there. He wiped every single video off his channel. The last time I seen him wipe a channel like that, unless he got busted doing something he shouldn't have been doing, he got caught with a fake email and wiped his channel clean. We got that in a live stream recording. So maybe it could be seeing a process server pop up on Crow's front door serving him for court. He got terrified and started deleting videos left and right. But if that was the case, just to let you know, Solomon 5, this will not save your hand from the fire. You're still going in either way, because we still have this evidence on you. This is what when we start to file the court documents against you for what you did to our company. We'll be filing documents for criminal charges for fraud against our company, and also suing you at the same time. This is not going to help you. We already have evidence. You can delete all you want. But that channel is wiped clean. We've seen him do this. Wipe an entire channel clean. You guys are some great group of friends, aren't you? He wiped his review, everything is gone. Or unless, because usually if there's a video on here and say Danny doesn't like the video, he'll just go and say, hey, look, can you just remove this one video? Who wipes an entire channel? I mean, wipe the channel clean. Unless they're afraid of something. And we watched that. We watched that happen when we caught this fellow doing a fake unboxing. His receipts came up fake in the live stream. And the first thing he started doing was deleting his videos left and right. Yep, but we got the video right here for you to watch. So good thing we do copy everything, because if we didn't, like I said, these guys would get away with a lot of dirt. This is why we had the blacklist, and this is where it's going to. Welcome to the blacklist, gentlemen. This is where you're going. Because when you hide videos like this, or whatever purpose you did it for, he wiped an entire channel. You know, usually if someone's gonna get rid of a video, they get rid of one video. They don't wipe an entire channel. I just wanted to make sure we hit the right channel because of that logo right there. That's what I was looking for. See? And this is the reason why when I tell you people at the end of the day, you need to ask these questions, because this is the kind of shenanigans these jokers are out here pulling on you every single day trying to scam you. This is why we document all this stuff. Not just them. I got people on my blacklist account on eBay merchants we don't touch, because we have bought stuff from them, stuff that come in damaged, busted. That's how the blacklist started. It started basically because I was doing a lot of unboxings, and we had, not all of them, we had some projectors come in and they were just really messed up. They were broken and damaged and all kinds of stuff. They weren't working, and I started the blacklist to post these eBay merchants so people can, when they shop through eBay, they know to avoid these individuals. And the only ones we brag and boast about are the ones we've gotten good merchandise from. But then I started seeing these guys doing some really crooked stuff, and we started looking into their stuff and find out that they were just doing some really bad things. So we started posting their videos. And this is why you can't find these videos, because they go missing off the account because they don't want people to know. This guy literally wiped. That's just what I was looking for. There you go. That's what I was hunting for. He wiped his entire channel. That's the channel right there. It had 44 videos on the channel, 145 subscribers. That's the channel right there. He wiped it clean. Now, two reasons why he could have wiped that channel clean, but one reason why I think he wiped it clean. The process server. Because Jamie made it seem like he was untouchable, like no one could basically find out exactly where he was at. I couldn't care less if people know where I'm at. Don't bother me one bit. But it bothers him because Jamie has violated copyrights. He's in a lot of trouble. And you need to understand, Jamie is in a lot of trouble. We had tons of emails that were traced back to his account on death threats, racial slurs. It's all kinds of stuff in there. And those are going to bring up criminal charges. He doesn't want to go to court. He doesn't want to sit there before a judge and get prosecuted. That's why he had his wife come to the door. It says it right there. When he reported back to us, say, hey, we found this address. We're at his front door right now. What do you want us to do? I need you to go in and serve him. They went in, got past the gate, walked up to his property, took pictures of everything to show that they were actually there, sent them back to us, and said that his wife came to the door. He refused to come to the door. He's scared. Because he knows he did all this dirt, and now it's going to come back to bite him. So these guys are involved in this nonsense too. They know they're going to be going to court. It's going to happen to them. So they're wiping their channels. Because who the freak wipes an entire channel for one video? No one does that. You would wipe the one particular video. You're not going to wipe all your content. But the problem he has here is the fact that this is not going to help him, because we've seen him do the same exact thing with us. When we busted him, when we first busted him, he wiped his entire channel. And we recorded him wiping his channel. Wow. That's crazy. Every time we come on here to do a demonstration about something completely different, something really, I told you, we can't make this up. We can't make it up. This is a history of these guys getting caught and deleting, caught and deleting, caught and deleting. And we're supposed to be the scammers at the end of the day, but yet these guys constantly are doing dirty stuff and constantly trying to erase stuff. That is literally his channel. I was like, wait, we get the wrong channel here. That's why I couldn't dig the video up. That's why I kept putting it in. I couldn't figure out where the video was. The video wasn't coming up because he wiped the entire channel. That's why. See, subscribers are still there. See, he wiped every single video. Well, I know why he wiped it. Because again, nobody wipes an entire channel for one video. They just removed the one video. You just told me that you're terrified and afraid. And you should be. Because I'm going to come for you. I'm definitely going to come for you. Even more now, so. And you're going to be prosecuted. I have 4 years, actually, sorry, 3 years to prosecute you on committing fraud against my company. And I will be coming for you. And you'll be doing the same thing he will be doing. Those processors will be sitting outside your door waiting for you to move. Never learn anything. Wipe the entire freaking channel. Oh well, I've got to get documentation of this right here. All right, people. Well, you know, being exposed and showing you the dirty stuff that goes on behind screen paint is the reason why you need to get these tests done. These people do fake reviews. They do all kinds of dirty stuff at the end of the day. Products are not matching correctly. His product, like I said, whatchamacallit's product, I'll post a video below, the one that's missing, so you can see the product not matching the color is supposed to come out. This is crap that you'll be going through these fake people make these fake products. Now, the rest of them that I've seen so far on eBay, now all this stuff is legit. I read through the specifications and everything. This stuff is legit. These other guys make it up as they go along. These ones you gotta watch out for. Gotta wipe this whole channel. Gee whiz, that's crazy. Look at this. Every single video, you wipe them all. Man. I tell you, every time we turn around and we're doing something, we end up finding something even more crazier. Every single time we do one of these videos, we always find something crazier. And this guy literally wiped his whole channel clean. So that shows you how terrified Crow must have been at the end of the day, or Jamie must have been at the end of the day when that process server popped up at his front door. Yeah, his heart was bouncing 100 miles a minute. We got a person from the court just showed up at your front door to serve you for court. But don't worry, I'm working. We're gonna serve him again, but this time I'm gonna make it so I'm gonna figure out how to make it so that basically that if you don't take, well, they can't kick his door down and make him take the papers. That's virtually impossible. They're just gonna have to catch him. That's all. They're gonna have to. That's what the guy told him. We just gotta catch him. That's all. So we'll be processing. This time I'm gonna process 2 lawsuits at the same time. I'm gonna process again for the Crystal Edge copyright infringements, and then we have the infringements that he did against the Black Series. Those are both copyrighted. We're going to do both lawsuits at the same time and have 2, make it so we can break it up. We have 2 process servers at the same time. Because we show that we're hitting them enough times over and over and over again, the judge is going to see this, and they're basically going to try to get a warrant. That'll be next. A warrant for his arrest. Because again, if we're basically contacting and issuing this order for you to go into court and you're refusing it over and over and over again, we're going to see basically if we can get a warrant for the arrest to bring you in. Because you're going to court and you're not getting around it. You are going to court. You got to go to court for this. This is crazy. This guy wiped this whole channel. All right. Well, okay. That being said, get the buyer beware. I'll put the link below in the video. The video that's missing, because it was here, he did the review on it, and it's the only review on his product. And yeah, and then we'll put all that information at the bottom for you to check out. What's the weather like outside? Let me just go out. I'm going out. It's nice out today. Yeah, I'm going outside. I want to check out my swing too, man. Yeah, and I gotta walk to the store and get no food. All right, people. Where's my other phone at? Did I plug my phone in? Probably never did. Plug it in. It's probably over here dying in the corner. My phone's good. All right, I didn't get a chance to do much. Well, I'm not going to put this part of this video. Let's keep that different. I was going to do a short video on this, and I'm done. And I'm going to go on site today. I want to check out my screen I painted in. That's what I want to check out. All right, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.